All right, cool. We're going live.
Oh, that was good timing.
Anthony first in the chat today. Bluegrass. Good to see you. Yeah, you were here long before I was, Anthony. He was in at 5:57. That's good. Tracy, good to see you. Tracy giving you a compliment there on your.
Thank you, Tracy. They're definitely a different style. I feel more comfortable doing those than stuff. So
yeah,
no talking head all the time.
Yeah. The talking heads go quicker when you're making videos, but the vlogging seems easier.
Yeah. Joe Deals, good to see you, man. Hope you're about settled in there on your big move. Seeing my stuff. I'm gonna try to close out some windows. Maybe my computer will speed up a little bit.
All right. What's going on, everybody?
Everybody's in. Hey, let's get all this stuff straight.
I was like,
we are professional. Like you guys already know if you've been watching it.
I just been taking notes from Tommy because he's like every other week. He's like, Tracy, how much planning did we do before this show? Yeah. And then she'd be like, nothing. I thought I woke you up this afternoon or something like that. Yeah. It's like, see, damn straight. Look at how great this the show is. I could do this for 6 more hours, 6 days if I wanted to.
Hey, Kathy Farmer, good to have you with us. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, there for a while, he was having technical difficulties all the time. I never hardly catch there in person live. I'm usually on the replay if I see it because it's after my bedtime.
I'm like trying to get back on a normal bedtime, man.
That's tough.
But
that's tough for sure.
But yeah, Julian, so you're like diving into some new video styles. I know, like, I'm sure Kat has like shared a lot of like stuff that she's like learned along the way and like passed down to you.
Yeah, she definitely in the beginning she was telling me a lot of things, and it made sense because I really wasn't paying attention to you. I was just doing it kind of to meet everybody and stuff like that. And
yeah.
And so my videos were like, and she's like, listen, if you want to even like make some sort of like something, you have to change something about what you're doing. So it gave me good. I'm always open to constructive criticism if it's put in a way that I can like take it in. So she's good at that because she's kind of blunt about what she'll tell you. And I'm like, gotcha, and then I do switch some things up, and so it's been working out. It's been a grind for sure.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I don't mind it.
Mike, good to see you, man.
I mean, now that I've taken such a long hiatus, I'm like dreading like going back. It's like, it's like not going to the gym. And I just had Thanksgiving and Christmas, and like resolutions here. And it's like, dang, I got to get my YouTube chops back. But I've been messing around a lot more with Instagram. So like, I know that was kind of where that was your bread and butter. I feel like, man, like when you first just started, because like when Kat was telling me about you, I was like, yeah, I've seen his Instagram. It's like amazing. He's like always like building crap with his like packages because they're so high, so dang high. He sells so much stuff. And he's like, yeah, he's like killing it. And she's like, I think if I can help him out with his videos, like he'll blow up. So even then, like Kat was like, all right, there's something about this dude. So that's cool, man. So have you been like plugging into Instagram as much too?
Yeah, my Instagram did pretty good. I'm up over, I think, like 8,200 subscribers or followers on there. Yeah. So it did. I gained. It's crazy. Instagram's funny. You'll gain a ton in a day, like astronomical, and then you'll be watching it. You won't gain any for like 3 days, but you're doing the same thing. I don't know how that works on there, but I am very consistent on Instagram, and I have a lot of people in there that I talk to and get advice from. If I don't know something, I know who to ask on there. So I use that mainly as like an educational thing, and also that I know I have some people in there that if I don't know something, I know like where I can turn pretty quick and get an answer within a couple minutes. And then I have a lot of people that ask me questions. Like they'll send me pictures of golf clubs or tools and like, what is this? And then I'll send them a screenshot and be like, don't buy it or buy it. Or a lot of times like, I don't know. Do you have Google Lens?
That works too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just shot some pictures to a buddy of mine, man. I've been going through this boat part stuff. So I have this, and I was like, what is this?
Oh, I think I know what it is.
Front of the boat.
Yeah, you put your anchor in there.
Chain link. It's called chain link something. Chain link. I forget what he sent me a text. Chain link, whatever. He's like, look it up like this. I was like, I would have never put that chain link, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's worth
it. Yeah, $100. $100. Pretty good. Chad, good to see you in the chat. Joni, good to have you with us this evening. Andy Garza, good to have you as well. Red Dirt Picker, thanks for coming by. Butterfly Hustles, good to see you this evening. And thank all you guys for coming in the chat. We're actually hanging out with Julian this evening and kind of going to dive into his reselling journey. And if you guys have any questions, obviously, like you just said, hey, and if you need some tool help or some golf club help, or I want to hit him up. And Tommy, good to see you. Miss Annie, thanks for coming by. And Kayla, Southern Pearl Thrift. As always, if you have questions, if you'll put them in the chat, at least put maybe their first couple of words in caps just so that we'll catch it and make sure that we get that up there. I'm bad about not putting people's stuff up on the screen because most of the time I lose sight of what's going on over there. But do thank all you guys for being here.
Yes, thank you.
So, Julian, for those guys that may be in the chat and don't know kind of your story, like what, how did you get into reselling, that whole kind of basic rundown?
It started with actually Kayla, Southern Pearl Thrift is my girlfriend. And she would drag me to thrift stores like 2 years ago, and I would literally sit on a sofa. I would find a sofa and play on my phone. I
was that guy too.
Yeah. And I was like, man, this is dumb. And she's like, why do you do this? And I was like, I'm just bored. This is stupid. And she's like, you can make money in here. I was like, no, you can't. And so she showed me the way, and she showed me some like YouTube stuff. So I was like, okay. So long story short, I happened to flip my first flip was a teapot, some sort of teapot. And it sold within a couple of days. I made like $25 on it. And I was like, that was pretty easy. Let's see now if I can do this a lot. And that's basically how it started. Like all because of her.
Wow.
I didn't know there was such a strong YouTube community on it though, at all.
Right.
Like there was only like maybe one or two people in the beginning that I was watching. And I didn't know anything about YouTube. I only, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know there was such a community out there as big as we have. I think it's it's not like gigantic, but it's a big community and there's a lot of people doing this on YouTube. So
yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, man. Last week we were talking to Marcus. We had him on. And it's weird now because me and Sam have been doing our show for a little while. And so Marcus is like, yeah, man, you OGs. I was like, dude, I've only been doing this for like a year and a half. Like, I wouldn't classify myself as an OG, but
dude, yeah, my channel isn't even a whole year yet.
Yeah, I'm like, man. I said, but it's kind of wild because there is a lot of people. And I've noticed like now that I have been doing it over a year, I've noticed a whole new breed, there's a whole bunch of people that I did not know that I was like, wow, now these people are coming in because like, I remember, when we started, same thing. You tend to I gravitate to bigger channels to begin with and you start going down, right?
Yeah.
Like, now I very rarely watch the big channels. I tend to be watching like everybody, smaller because, it's less professional, more of the whole, hey, I found this at the thrift store. I found this at a yard sale. And you can see just the sheer excitement about all of it. They're like, oh man, check this out. But, and sometimes you don't relate as much to the guys that are going and saying, hey man, I just bought this $300 toy every day in groups of 500. Like,
yeah. You don't do that. I don't have the money.
That don't come to you too often. But yeah. So it is neat. I mean, to see. So was she calling you grasshopper in the beginning and saying, "Let me teach you the way"?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. She started flipping on Poshmark, and then she went to Makar. She obviously has a full-time job and everything, and but she flips, part time, does pretty good at it. Tommy asked, like, when I asked him a question, he says he may have fallen asleep. I was asking about YouTube. I have noticed that I saw a huge influx of subscribers, and then they were taken away very quickly. Like, I watched it go up because it was actually during the live the other day, and I was watching, and I was just asking if he knew why that would happen. Like, it was quite a few, and it stayed for a little bit, like maybe an hour or two, and it was just ticking up, and then it just dropped off, and everybody, like, no subscribers. It was weird.
That's weird.
Yeah, it went up like 55 to 60. I think 50 actually, and then they all got taken away at the exact same time.
Yeah, maybe YouTube scrubs you. Like that happens occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
Like we saw that a lot in the beginning. I did, especially because I had a guy on Fiverr make my intro, and he shouted me out on his electro music channel.
Yeah.
So I had all these subscribers, but I think sometimes if you have people that don't watch or whatever, or maybe fake accounts, that kind of thing, they'll scrub them right out, and all of a sudden you drop out of nowhere. But I don't know, like I said, if they gain that quick and then drop that quick, that's really strange.
He asked, did they ever came back? I'm up to that number now, but it did take like 3 days. Like I saw 1750, but I was only at maybe 1700 or 16 something, and then they yeah. How much do they cost? Are they?
I got some dude that hits me up on Instagram all the time, wants to sell me subs.
Yeah. Yeah, they did come back, but it took like 3 days, and I'm above that number now. But it was because it showed it, and then it just, and I was like, I was thinking robots. I always think robots. I don't know.
Sometimes like YouTube does their like, quarterly scrub or, biannual scrub of just like accounts that just, maybe haven't been active, or they're bot accounts. So sometimes robots could be robots, or fake accounts or whatever, so. And it usually takes a couple of days to adjust. If you look at your YouTube studio like home screen, there's usually some sort of like news going on, like if they had a glitch, because that happened. I don't know. That happened like probably 4 or 5 months ago, and everybody. I specifically remember everybody like freaking out. Even like Grimes was like, "I lost 1,000 like without batting an eye." Like he's like writing apologies to people. He's like, "What did I do?"
That was about the same time that I was getting close to 1K. And I dropped like 100, dude.
Yeah, everybody did. Every content creator that was trying to grow was like, "What happened?"
It's like, I thought I had some people. I don't, one or two, but
no. Kat messaged me. So I'm sorry, Kat, if you're listening to this, I'm blowing up your spot. She was like, "I said goddamn, and I think I really upset a lot of people. I need to delete that video." I'm like, Kat, I don't think people say goddamn all the time in videos. Like, I don't know. But it wasn't that. It happened to be like YouTube was scrubbing.
Yeah, they hit
scrubbing, or
hit us off.
And then because 2 days later her count went back. She's like, "Oh, it's all good."
I never had that, because number one, I've never had like that much influx in a short period of time. So I was like, "What is this? Is this how it always works?" So I guess it is.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. Like at one point too, like it would show different sub counts depending on what you were looking at it on. Like remember that we had that for a little while too. Like if you look at it on your phone, you'd have one sub count. If you'd go on the computer, it'd be something completely different. Like even off as much as 10 or 15. It's like, what happened? But I think there's always something going on with those guys, like where they're scrubbing out people. And I wonder, sometimes I wonder if you never watch, like maybe you sub somebody but you never watched, if they just don't say whatever.
How many times you hear people like, "Oh, like I so thought I was subscribed to you."
Yeah.
Like I know, like just now, I know I was subscribed to you, Julian. Like I know when Kat told me, who you were, I subscribed to your channel. I was not subscribed just now. Not because I'm not really active on this like channel like that, but
could be. But I'm glad that that wasn't like weird I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird when you're, like I said, when you're just getting into it. It's definitely weird.
Yeah, because I was like, whoa. I was like, I'm winning. And I was like, no, I'm not winning. What happened?
Yeah.
So, it all works out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like I said, you've been growing pretty good here lately. Like, just to see. I remember when Kat first brought you on, I was like, yeah. I mean, you definitely have gained some subs along the way. Just putting in work. I mean, really.
Yeah. This I do a video a day now, so been doing it for a month. It's a lot.
I did my video a day a month, and then I got burnt out.
Yeah. It's not bad if you can. I've noticed if you can pre-record, like say like on a Sunday, I don't really do a lot of reselling. It's the only day I really don't, other than pack.
Right.
If I can do like 3 what solds on that day, so I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of what solds, and I can vlog those days and stay ahead, then it's not that bad because you can take a day off and it doesn't really hurt you.
Yeah.
Right now I'm behind, so now I am literally like videotaping and then editing and then getting the video out. So I need to get my get back into like getting pre-recorded, so it's a lot easier.
Yeah, I was doing that where I was just doing it that day and putting it up that afternoon, and man, that is a serious grind for sure. I did 30 days because I did went back in the day when Froggy did the show us your death pile soy pile video.
Yep.
So like I got on that train and I did 30 days of listing my death pile, just listing the death pile, keeping track of it. So then I had to do a video. So it's one of those things that kind of forced me to do it. But it's definitely one of those things. I think it's like everything else, just being consistent. And once you get out of that mode, it's easy to not stay on track. But and for me, I fell in the live trap, to be honest, because I like doing lives. It's easier, obviously, and it's more interactive, as far as instant. But hey, Aaron, good to see you. Hope the little one's doing well. I saw some IG pictures of that little baby. It's good to have you with us. There you go. You getting spoon-fed some questions here. What is one thing you love to pick up to resell? What place do you like to source it from?
I like golf clubs. They are turning into my go-to moneymaker. And that's going to be Facebook Marketplace is going to be where I buy most of my stuff. Auctions, people can look them up very quickly, and they go too high on our local auctions on high bid and stuff.
Yeah.
Yard sales, you can pick up some, but you got to be first. Like there's no the competition here for golf clubs. They list so fast on Facebook. If it's a good deal, you literally have to be there within like a couple minutes. Like at least message them and say, I'm coming, I'm en route. That's how there's a lot of golf club sales or flippers in this area.
You're like a Myrtle Beach area, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So golf club, Golf Haven right there.
Yep.
Out this way. Everybody goes out there. Myrtle Beach, Hilton Head, all out to there. Yeah. Have you ever, I don't know if you ever watched Kevin, Commonwealth Picker, but Kevin hits up his local golf course, Lost and Found.
Really?
Yeah. He goes at the end of their season, like when it starts to be winter. And he goes there, and a lot of times he'll buy out their Lost and Found, like what they have left over. And he said, it's a lot of head covers. It's what he tends to find. But, I mean, obviously you're going to find wedges and stuff because everything around the green is usually what gets left.
Right.
So,
Yeah, head covers are, some of them are very expensive. And if they're not, I just sold one from the 2000s that went for like $15.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm going to start doing
that. Like it's,
That's a good idea.
Yeah, you should check out his, he has had a video where he's talking about all that stuff, but he had, I guess, man, it's been a minute, like probably close to a year ago, he was doing that he would just buy whatever's in the Lost and Found. I mean, he's even found like rain gear and all that kind of stuff. So whatever fell out of a cart.
That's right. That's right. It could be worth a lot of money. There's a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. So
that's a good idea. I would definitely look into that. There's a lot of golf courses around here. It's not a lot of closing, but there's still quite a few.
Well, I mean, like people during the season, I'm sure they've got a Lost and Found box that they're putting stuff in. And most of those guys, they don't want to deal in the used clubs in those places. So like you just got oddball numbers, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Aaron says she's been going so long she didn't even recognize me. I started growing the beard in October, Aaron. You know, I know it's almost a prerequisite to be a reseller as a guy. Yeah. You got to have some kind of facial hair.
Some sort.
Yeah.
I like shaving off. People go nuts.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. You know, I was noticing today in Leroy's chat even, because Mo used to be kind of clean shaven when he first got on YouTube. Now he's like caving to peer pressure, starting to grow a little scruff.
Got him.
Got him. Yeah. Just grow it out. No reason to shave. It's ridiculous.
That's it. That's it, man. It's kind of crazy. I know for me, like as far as picking up what I like to pick up is whatever sells. Like, to be honest, I stay away from glass for the most part. Probably my favorite would be like here lately. My favorite's been vintage electronics because I found a couple of Marantz, which are awesome.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, I got one on auction. It closes tomorrow. Current bid is $350 plus $50 shipping. So I'm hoping it'll push up. It's got like 18 watchers on it, so I'm sure the bidding will get a little hot. Then later, pitching wedges and Callaway is usually what I buy. Anthony says.
Yeah, I just replied. Pitching wedges are definitely one of my top sellers.
And they fit in that medium box.
They do.
Yeah.
One another reason why I love them. You don't have to mess with the box.
Yeah, putters, man. Putters are good. I've messed a little bit with golf clubs. I've actually got one. It's in the house, but I found a Walter Hagen wood shaft, like one of those concave wedges, like a spoon. Yeah, so one just sold on auction on eBay for over $100, but I got to clean this one up a little bit. It's got a little condition, needs a little rust out on the back of it. But,
yeah, I've never found a wooden shaft one yet.
Yeah, I've got like 3 now.
Do you?
Yeah, good. And I found an old golf bag that is an old ping bag called the Hoofer.
Mm-hmm.
Has the A on it. But it's old, like one of those old ones. Got the canvas bag on it.
Yeah,
yeah.
They're worth a lot too, like well over $100.
Yeah, they're pretty decent. So I got to do something, a little cleaning on them. But yeah, I like the golf club thing, man. Honestly, watching Casey, that's who kind of got me looking at that stuff.
Do you ever? What was it? I think Kevin goes to the golf courses and checks the lost and found.
Yeah, so yeah, people leave their wedges on the green when they
they
get looking on eBay and Kevin has it.
I thought I just had that one.
Oh man,
sell right back to him.
Yeah,
it is funny, man. But that's it. One thing I've learned from that guy is to be resourceful. Like, and watch it. You know, you think of different things you pick up from different YouTubers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, one thing from Kevin, man, dude is resourceful, man. He's one of those guys that's like, wow, you know, when in doubt, part it out guy. Like, he had me looking at stuff I'd never would have looked at. But,
well, because I mean, the places where he has to pick from, like, it's not easy for him to find stuff, and he's not always like the first one there. I think that's like the most impressive. Like, he walks up to a sale and it's like, looks like it's picked over. I would have just like looked in and then like dipped out, not even bothered. And he's like, "Yep, I'm striking gold again." So it's pretty cool.
Red Dirt, I haven't found any of those Bang and Olaf seen. I've not seen them yet, but I will keep that in my memory bank. How the prices at the Goodwills where you are at high are pretty reasonable. Ours are high.
Ours are high. Like ever since the pandemic happened, it's been like just AMC.
For us out here, man, that's what's happened to thrift stores across the board. Except for Mike, who's in here, they have reasonable price. Come to Thrift, Mission Thrift if you're on the Outer Banks. That's the one to check out. But those guys, the rest of them, man, most of them have their managers working a lot of hours now, and they're looking everything up, dude. It's like you still can find stuff occasionally, but I don't do as much thrift as what I did in the beginning. I tend to do less.
It's funny about managers. There's a new manager that does one Salvation Army, and they used to be the most reasonable. I was like, who's that guy in here now? And they're like, that's the new manager. $24.99 for a pair of shoes.
Dang.
So
that's no longer a good spot.
I actually went in my we have hotlines out here, and they have like 3 or 4 stores. I actually went in my hotline the other day. They had an Erdl tractor in their glass case for $155. I was like, what? So I looked it up. It sells for $40 to $60. So I know the manager in there. I actually brought her over there and showed her how to use the eBay app. I was like, look, if you're going to use it anyway, you might as well learn a decent price.
Yeah, just go to the sold comps and just sell it for that.
Yeah. She goes, well, what would you use off that? I was like, well, I said, I'll tell you this. As a reseller, most of us don't want to pay more than about 30% tops.
Yep.
Whatever it sells for on there, about 30%. I like to be at 20 myself or lower.
Yeah.
But she's like, what would you buy it for? I said, I'd buy it for $10.
Yeah. Can we start the bidding at $5 here?
Yeah. But no, it is. It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still do a lot of thrifting, or are you like, where do you mainly source from?
Like everywhere. I mean, yeah, I go to the thrift store a whole bunch. I usually like stop by. It's so easy because I live so close to them. You know, when I go to the post office, my thrift store, one of my thrift stores is on the way, like legitimately on the way. And then another one that's super good is 1 minute down the street. So it takes me 4 minutes to, and I have this like pretty mapped out in my brain. It takes me 4 minutes to go in there, and I only hit certain sections. So I'm not in there all day. I'm in there for like 15 minutes at max. So I go in, check the golf clubs, check some electronics, check the jeans, and then because I usually find some pretty decent jeans around here, and that's usually about it. But it's probably almost like once a day. Like I went today, I wasn't supposed to, but me and Kayla jumped in the car, went down there, and I found 2 golf clubs. And they're still $3 here, $2.99, and each one of those goes for $30.
That's nice.
So they're super. I mean, like literally right down the road. I probably have 7 in my immediate area.
Yeah, I have about 6 or 7, but like I said, the furthest one from me is about 30 minutes, and then it's back down. Like out where I'm at, it's one road up, one road back. So if you drive to the end, you come back, like you've hit them all. But like I said, I used to in the beginning, man. I was 4 or 5 days a week in thrifts, but now I tend to buy a lot more in bulk. Like, so it's not. I don't really need to thrift. Like, I'll look at it, but I cherry pick it a lot more than what I used to.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I did only a couple big bulk buys, and if I find them, I definitely move on them quickly. Yeah, I was able to do that with some golf clubs not too long ago and some tool lots, but I look every day, and so far I haven't really found a whole bunch. So I just went to an auction today, and I did all right. It wasn't like great, but I bought only expensive stuff to sell.
Yeah,
that's good though.
Yeah. So
yeah, I watched where you were talking. Well, I think maybe it was when I was on the show with Kat where you were talking about moving up your dollar figure, like trying to work on that.
Yeah, I think the stuff I bought today, I didn't list the stuff that I actually like bought at the auction that I was going after. I think the least amount I think was like $125 plus shipping that I listed it for, all the way up into I think my highest one was like $300.
Wow.
So
yeah.
I paid some money for them, but hopefully they'll sell. I was like, I think I can make triple my money. We'll see.
Yeah.
You never know until it sells. I'm always like,
yeah, it's kind of crazy. I've got something I'm looking at and an estate sale coming up that it's something I've never bought, but it's just unusual and quirky. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try to get that thing. There's I'll show you a picture of it here in a minute. It'll take me a minute to pull it up, but that's the stuff for me that I'll tend to take a flyer on something weird, like just or just something unusual. Today I found at a sale gosh, what do you call it? It's I really don't know the proper term to it, but it's from Italy. It's copper, and it's like a coffee thing, but you put like a butane or something underneath of it, made all of copper, and it has like a little spigot on the front of it. But it's basically just like a steeping, pot thing. It's kind of crazy. Like,
wow.
The lady said that her mom brought it back from Germany. So I was like, hey, that's unusual. I couldn't find anything on it. I'm going to have to look up on Worth Point and see what's going on, because I couldn't, even like Google image search, I couldn't get anything just like it up. So it's one of those things. Do you ever mess with like antique stuff at all, or just
No. No, I think the oldest thing I ever sold was some sort of like hand coffee grinder that you used to put on the wall.
Right.
I don't even know how old it was, but I didn't say it was an antique, but it sold for like a lot of money. But I don't really mess around with the antiques.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it. And there's so much that, you have to me, that's going to take a lot more research on my part to learn.
Yeah.
There's nothing when you're looking at, especially if you're looking at an auction, you have to know what you're looking at. Like, I don't even know what I'm looking at. Like a golf club's easy. I can run comps on the name of it. If I'm looking at any type of antique that doesn't have a name, I would be like that little thing that you're talking about. I'd be like, copper thingy from Italy with spigot.
Yeah, I try to Google image search that stuff, but I was like, man, I'm looking at it. I was like, it's unusual. It's different. So this is what I'm going after at this next sale. Check that dude out.
That thing, yeah. What's it made out of?
I don't know. It's probably like
Mr. Bobo.
His name is Winston.
Winston. He looks like a Winston.
It's worth between like $300 and $500.
Dang.
What?
Yeah. It's Winston. It's a cocktail waiter.
Does it dispense stuff?
No.
Knowledge.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so that's the kind of weird stuff that I'll look up and be like, wow, like that's something you never see, because a lot of times that stuff is worth a lot more than your average thing. But yeah, this house, and somebody said there's so many good repops these days, and that's true when you're dealing with antiques. If you don't know, I just have forced myself to cause just like today, I go into that sale and I'm looking around at stuff, and I was like, I did find 2 blow molds, which is that's a bolo. If you don't know anything about that stuff, man, that stuff is big money. So I found 2 candles, like that's $100, like on those, and they're not as hard to ship as what people believe. But Mike says he has one. His whole time. That's crazy. When you throw your roller skates forward, wow. But yeah, but sometimes I'll go into a place like that, and it becomes like a game, right? Like I'm gonna find something unusual to buy, like that's kind of what I do. So I look around, and that's where I found that coffee thing. But if I have pictures in advance, then I'll actually do some research. But going in there cold, you're kind of like, hey, I wonder how much it's gonna cost. Take a flyer, $10, like whatever. But, and I was going to live auctions for a little while. Have you ever done any of that?
I've never been to a live auction. No.
That's fun, but if you're a competitive guy, you better leave money in the car or something, because that happened to me a couple times. I get in there, find something you really want, and you're like, what? You keep raising the card. Yeah.
I'm bad with that on online auctions. Because we have soft closes on high bid. If you soft close me at 5 seconds in, I'm gonna hit you so hard. Like I will 5 seconds soft close you for the next $20, $50. Doesn't matter. Like, I'll be like, you want it that bad? Let's play this game. And then I usually lose.
Yeah.
They usually dump it. They'll be like, okay, let's play the game. Then that's happened to me a couple
Oh, man.
Yeah, I bought a Edison, like one of those, gosh, I forget the correct phonograph. I bought one of those at the auction, and man, I did not take the time to look at it too closely. When I pulled it up, the inside was empty. There's nothing in there. So I'm gonna either have to part it out or can use it as a permanent, like, fixture in my house just to look at it. Like, but it's cool, man. Thomas Edison, it's like this big. It's a small one. So it's got the and I've got some of the wax cylinders that play the old record. So that's cool, man. I think it's neat, but it's not. It didn't turn out to be a good flip. If you can find those things in working condition, man, you're talking like big money, like probably $1,000. Yeah. So one of those things. Joey in the house. Good to see you,
Joey.
Yeah, man. Death piles. Do you try to keep a lot, or you keep it small?
She knows my answer to this. I keep a very minimalistic death pile. I have enough now to where if something happens, I have enough to list for a couple days, but I move pretty quick through anything that I buy. Like everything I bought today is already listed, packed away, stored, because it's a high dollar stuff. So if it's high dollar, I definitely always list it. But I don't really have. I got enough for a rainy day. Other than that, I better be promoting stuff on eBay to make sales. I guess my listing is going to be down. I'm doing a lot of Stella similar.
Gateway figure. My death pile is my whole basement. Mike's death pile is about $6,000. I already know what that is. Mike bought all the CDs out of Radio Shack, all new sealed. There's probably about 7,000-8,000 of those things.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, Aaron, good to see you, Rebel John. Good to have you here.
Hey, Aaron.
Yeah, man, I keep a pretty healthy death pile myself. I was thankful for it when things first happened because they shut everything down. They actually closed our county when all that first happened. So I was thankful for it then. But now I'm actually doing a massive purging over the next week. So I've been separating the thrift haul going back to the store.
Little donation pile.
Yeah. And I've been having some people look at some stuff. It's like, hey, do you want this? I've actually put up more lots than what I usually would. That's the other thing I'm doing. Just lotting stuff together.
You're still moving a bunch of stuff around from that sale?
All the time, bro. I'm still moving.
Dude, I just picked up 2 shelves. What's that?
I've got it. Well, Radio Shack, I'm pretty much done with that one. I've still got, man, honestly, inside I've got all this electronic stuff that I got to do something with. Either stuff that I need to order parts for, need to clean it, that kind of thing. So that's kind of what. But I got to get ready because early March, dude, I've got a massive sale I'm going to, like huge. 3 huge garages. So like the one I got this boat parts from, my guys said that one's double the size of what that one.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. I could hear Eric salivating over the phone. He was like telling me.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. Aaron, what other social media do you guys use?
I just have. I mean, I have a Facebook, but that would be like a like personal. I'm actually never even on it. I use Facebook mostly to buy stuff. And I have an Instagram that's fairly active, and I just do YouTube. And I used to have a TikTok, but I don't really do that. I might get back into it. I don't know. But TikTok usually sucks all the energy out of my life because I'll go down. I watch it too
so many holes. Yeah.
like I actually got out of it because it was destroying what I was trying to accomplish that day.
Yeah,
like you could waste 3 hours and not. It's not that big of a deal to waste 3 hours.
Yeah.
So no, I Instagram, you can't waste that much time. You actually get bored. Like you can't.
Yeah, you can only look at so many pictures.
Right. Yes. But
Like,
you know, TikTok videos and just keep scrolling. So.
I mean, that pressure to capture your attention in like a short amount of time, like pushes people put out some good stuff. I think I got lost watching a dude. He's like in one of those like oversized like pillowcases, and that's his whole gimmick is he just dances in that thing. And I'm like, what the hell? Why am I so entertained right now? This should not be a thing. And then my wife comes in.
Off.
She's like, wife is like, you list any of those cards you got? I'm like, yeah, I'm listing them now.
Like, yeah, but have you seen this guy that's oversized?
Yeah, I'm like,
this is way more important.
Yeah, you can get sucked into some things. I mean, I do the same thing sometimes on YouTube, fall down the rabbit hole of something weird, and then you're like, how did I get here? You know, like I like watching there's a guy who restores old toys.
Oh yeah.
Like he does that whole thing where he sandblasts each little piece, and I was like, dude, man, for me that's just like I don't know. You just sit there and watch it for hours. I just watched this guy pressure rocks his deck for like an hour. Like, what's going on? Like, Red Dirt Picker asks, anyone here know about Luxo lights? Luxo lights.
I have no idea what that is.
Nah. Why does Joey have a wrench and I don't? Oh, I don't know. I'm pretty stingy on wrenches, to be honest. No.
it's not your fault. It's somebody ruined it for everybody. Danica. She's not even here to defend herself. Maybe she's lurking behind again.
Yeah.
We have to call her out.
On anymore.
Yeah.
Danica like timed out Mr. Bill one day. Like, I mean, like just started. It was weird.
And you thought the rampage was over, then she just like times out Art Vandelay.
Yeah.
And she's like, the hammer was coming. I mean, the wrench was coming. Like,
yeah, she's just timing out everybody.
She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It was in my pocket. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's funny.
I don't know. Those Luxo lights are really expensive from what I can see.
Yeah, I don't know anything, man.
I don't know jack about lights, but
Lisa Chase said that she just sold a bunch of vintage Luxo lights.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah.
What is it?
I found
so much you guys.
A box of black lights, the tube ones, the little shorties.
Yeah.
But
dude,
trying to find a replacement.
Those things are expensive.
Yeah, they're like $200-$300.
That's crazy.
Well, now I know about them, so I'll be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what's awesome about even the show. Sometimes like. Besides the community, because like I have other interests and you belong to other communities. There are very few that will like kind of help each other out. You know what I mean? There's some folks that just like want to keep all the secrets to themselves.
Dude, those things are pretty good.
Yeah,
man, I've seen these things.
What's that? Yeah, I know. How many times you pass one up? You think
all the time, too.
You're like, that lamp is not worth nothing.
That's one of them old lamps that go on the desks. Who does that?
Yeah. I'm like, who wants that lamp? You just passed by $200.
Well, I just donated that one right there. I literally just donated that.
Really?
You're kidding me. What?
Yep.
Dang.
What in the world? I didn't even know what it was. I'm just looking at it and said, man, this thing's kind of bulky. I'm just going to. It was
ABC. Always be comping.
Always be comping.
Dude, I'm going to drive back to the thrift store tomorrow.
Lamp that I did. I'm going to get back.
Can you Indian give back? Like, can you like take back your donation?
The vet. Well, I know where it's at.
It's right there. It's just give it to me. It's right. It's not a problem. I'll just take it back and we'll go on our way.
Yeah. The one I had was gray though; it weren't like cream color like that.
Yeah.
But I was looking at that thing. I said, "Man, that's an oddball thing. It has like a clamp that goes on the table." And at first, I was like, "I could probably use this for something." And then because I picked it up at a estate sale. Yeah,
It's pretty sweet.
Mike says he's given back donations before. Jimmy's here. Good to see you,
Jimmy,
looking forward to score tonight. What I'll see of it before I go to sleep, and then I'll watch it again tomorrow. I like his new format with the having the newbie seller in. So
score.
Yeah, it's kind of good. Luxo brand sells really well. Sold it.
Yeah, I just saw they had like a microscope type of thing. Same type of like design. It went for $525 plus shipping.
I just saw that. Yeah. What the heck?
What is that thing?
You don't know.
Though. That's a little bit different looking. I would probably comp that out.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, there is so much out there. That's the thing that, I mean, you could almost, like, anywhere you could find stuff everywhere because there's so much out there. But until you know what you got, that's the thing.
Yeah.
What
Looking for it.
Power. Yeah, that's true. Knowledge is also paychecks. Like,
also the mortgage payment.
Yeah.
Need some more knowledge.
Does anyone else list video games in one listing using variations? Just wondering if it's better that way or to list individually. Bro, unless I can do it on my phone, it didn't happen. So no on the variations. Like, I've tried that once on one item. So I really don't know if it's worth doing that or not, to be honest.
I mean, I guess if you have like the same game, well, I don't know why you have a multi-quantity listing.
Yeah, I've never done that either, man. Jarhead. I've seen it for like when I first got into reselling, I did a bunch of action figures.
Yeah.
And I've seen it for that, but it was for like the Build-A-Figure sets. They've got like 8 ones.
Oh, there's Tommy. Variations equal suspensions. Ask me how I know. Tommy, I'd ask you, but I'd be afraid that eBay shut your store down again.
Yeah. Hey, Nana Team, thanks for the super chat. Yeah, it's been a minute, but I still don't have things straight with YouTube, so AdSense. Yeah. So we'll just bank it and put it away.
Yeah. Until rainy day.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Like you cannot email those jokers. And I've left a message on Twitter after Tommy suggested that. It's been out there for about a week and a half, no response. So.
Nothing.
Yeah. I thought about just start spamming them, man, just every day. Boom, 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 boom.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah. We got the time.
Yeah.
Hey.
Instead of sharing my Poshmark closet, I'm just going to spam Twitter every day. Hey, AdSense, wake up. Where you at?
Where you at? Hello?
I'll just get blocked like everybody else off Twitter.
Yeah, they'll be like, you actually are kind of annoying. Beep, you're done.
Yeah. One of those things. Nana says she did variations on vintage decorative plates and put me on a hold until I called. Yeah. So maybe variations doesn't sound like it's the way to go.
I would say absolutely not. There's a lot of bad stories about that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess what would be the benefit of doing the variation? I don't know.
Doesn't sound like there's one, man. Doesn't sound like eBay lets you get past listing it. And then it just brings on a whole bunch of grief afterwards too.
Hey, I will tell you some crazy good eBay news for me today. I was like, I might shake my pom-pom for him a little bit.
You're getting paid off, aren't you? I'm just saying.
Dude, this guy, yeah, that's what that guy put in my comments that day. But, I was getting paid by eBay because I was happy about managed payments. Well, I can tell you today, man. So I call eBay, the secret bat line that Kent Daigle has. And so I get somebody working from home who at first I couldn't understand, and then it cleared up. So I've been having this ongoing case of I sent out a speedometer for a Polaris, and the guy sent me pictures of one that he took off his Polaris and said that's what I sent him. So he filed a return. I was forced to accept the return because he said item not as described, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was dead. Today I get it back. I've got half the new parts, and I've got the two most expensive parts are the ones he sent me pictures of that are trashed. But it's got the rest of my parts in the box. And so I called eBay and took all the pictures of everything. And like I was like, hey man, it's obvious. Like this cable goes in here. He's saying this thing's rusted, and it is, and this is brand new. Like, how does that work?
Right.
So the lady's like, she goes, you know what? She goes, I'm looking at the pictures. I see what you're talking about. I'm going to rule in your favor. Keep in mind, $150 part, right? I'm going to rule in your favor. Well, then 5 minutes later, dude, I get a thing. We've closed this case in the buyer's favor. I was like, what? So I called him back, right? Get another dude on the phone. This guy says, he goes, what's going on? And I told him what happened. I said, the lady said she had found it in my favor. He goes, hold on a minute. He went back. He goes, really? We can't find it in your favor because it's not as described.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, but I'm going to do some checking. He goes back in there. I guess he goes in the notes, sees what I was talking about, sees what she said. He comes back. He says, hey, we're going to appeal this and rule it in your favor. So I just got an email right before we got on, and it said $150 back to your account. We've ruled in your favor.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah. I won one. Yes.
Yeah. I was like, man, that does not happen typically, man. Does not happen. But
you win one?
Yeah. Yeah, not on the item not as described, man. Pretty much they tell you that's the death knell.
Yeah.
Yeah, multi-variation listings just being different sizes. I don't know. Kent, they called me and I approved for you. Thanks, Kent. Wow. Score one for us sellers.
Yeah. It's about time.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it, man. I mean, of course, like at this point, all these parts are free for me.
But still.
Principle, man. Like, don't be trying to scam me.
I'll keep calling them back.
Yeah.
Leroy's in the house.
I was really having bad thoughts when the guy was going through all that stuff. I was like, wait, Webster, New York. Do I know somebody in New York? Drive by this guy's house and look at the speedometer on us. Sir, I'm here to inspect your speedometer. Let me see. I was allowed twice to make video game variations, and when eBay suspended me for those video game variations, they really didn't care to hear what I said.
Sounds so reassuring.
Kent, I knew that's what the deal was. Anthony said that Kent invented the internet and started eBay. Yeah, I don't know about that because he's in Tommy's chat all the time. I think he would have got him unsuspended pretty quick. Oh, man. That's funny.
Yeah, I can still make video game variations today. Just another landmine for you to step on, Tommy. Perfect. It's a trap.
Yeah.
Make that a meme. Game variations.
I've seen people do it with movies, like DVDs and stuff. Like I've seen that out there when I was trying to drop ship. I see that all the time. Wait, I thought I had that movie. What happened to it?
category do you put?
Have you ever tried to do any variations or anything? I did it once for can't remember what it was.
Shoes I did it once for, but that was it.
Yeah, different size shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, there aren't too many. Like, I mean, anything that have multiple quantities, I would just, they're replenishables and they're same. So,
I mean, that's what I was wondering. Like, what would be the benefit of doing that? Just
yeah.
thing? Is that what you're trying to go for? I mean, I don't know. Save on listings.
Yeah. Julian, you got a thermal printer?
I do.
Which one do you got?
I have the Dymo 4XL.
Yo, I'm about to jump off Team Rolo right now. I'm getting kind of mad because all the small print, like I've been trying to print out like the packing list on like off my Rolo so I can save ink, and it's just coming out really crappy, and it's not even a year old. I'm getting kind of frustrated, so been trying to give Rolo a piece of my mind, try and get another one, but that's a bummer, So, damn, made in China. So I was thinking about going with Dymo 4XL. I cleaned it. I changed the software. I changed the time, the density. I messed with everything that you could possibly mess with, short of throwing it out in the snow. Nothing.
Yeah, the Dymo's pretty good. I don't know. I've never used any other one, but that one works pretty good. Yeah. It's a lot better than printing on like a printer and taping stuff on.
Dude, I will never go back. I think that's why I'm like concerned. Never go back.
Cut and paste days, arts and crafts.
Yeah. Doing that for a long time until I saw the right way.
Yeah. Well, I think I was like on the way to get like glue sticks. Because like I heard Tracy one time, she was like, you shouldn't tape, you should just glue the back of it. And I was on the way and I was like, what the heck am I doing? I'm just gonna buy this stupid thing. I'm not gluing any more paper to anything.
Hey, here's your solution right here. Mike's ordered some other printers. He could send you one for a test.
Right on. I'm down to test.
I think the ones he's getting is similar to Zebra printers.
That's what I was looking for. I was actually, if I'm gonna upgrade, I was gonna go for like some sort of wireless, So I was looking at Zebras.
He's actually looked at one that's Zebra, Zebra similar, wireless, and then one that actually does Bluetooth as well.
Yeah.
So you can mobile print.
Sweet. I'll tell my wife. She'll be happy. I'm like, guess what came out of the live stream?
Yeah. Tracy says the glue stick was a joke.
Oh man, I'm so glad I did not fall for your joke. I was like, this is like I sat in my car. There were life decisions happening in my car. I'm like, I like called my wife. I'm like, babe,
I gotta get some glue sticks.
I don't want to do this glue stick thing. I want to just buy this printer. She's like, just buy the damn printer.
Oh man,
I was like, I just don't want to tape anymore. It gets stuck.
That's too funny.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. Glue sticks. I'm doing arts and crafts. For video games, you could list all games for each system in the same listing. Maybe, man. I haven't messed with it, like I said, other than that. But I don't know. It sounds like the guys that have probably. Yeah, Tommy did that. He tried that. He's got the red bottom from it. They gave him a little spanking and put him in the corner. So, you might want to get on that route.
Never again. Good night, Aaron. Let's see you're leaving.
Hey, Colton and Courtney had their baby.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this week. Little Crimson.
Roll Tide.
No doubt. Yeah, Aaron, good to see you. Was this before they had game name as a variation? Ask it because it's there. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Because they got all the game of the year editions and all that stuff, collector's edition. So I can see people messing with that. I mean, but then like on Amazon, they have no problem.
Have you guys seen the new eBay commercial about sneakers?
There's an eBay commercial?
Yeah, it's about tennis shoes, man, with sneakers. They're like, did you miss the drop? Look on eBay, So like the whole commercial is these shoes dropping from one person. Like you see one person take a picture of one, and it drops through like their apartment or whatever, and then it drops on somebody else's desk, and they're like, "Oh, it's actually pretty entertaining." Sneaker drops now authenticated by eBay. I guess it's some program they're doing. Trying to ward off StockX and the like, I guess.
Yeah. That's true. I didn't know you didn't get final fees or something on shoes over $100.
Yeah.
I knew that.
That was for like over a year now, or around a year now they did it.
How much I don't know.
When I found out, it was when the week after Kobe Bryant passed, because I found some Kobe's. And they sold well over $100. So,
yeah, I mean, when I started out, I was doing a lot of like stuff at like outlets, shoe outlets and stuff, because we have one like 30 minutes from us. So we would just spend all day looking up sales and just walk around there, and we were flipping shoes. I had no luck with like Posh and Macari at the time, so I was like turning to StockX. And then I quickly figured out that, like, you had fees and eBay didn't. So I just swapped over there and I was able to sell a couple. Like, what was it? They were like Star Wars Hardaway editions, Nikes. Oh, they were awesome. Or Adidas, excuse me.
Yeah.
I rarely will sell a shoe over, or something I find in like a thrift store for over $100.
Yeah. I mean, that's a thing, dude. It's so hard. I mean, and I feel like that's kind of like the natural progression as you go, but I mean, it doesn't take long for you to figure out that like the Goodwill has, sniffed out the prices, and if you're comping, you're like, I can't sell any of this stuff.
Yeah. Nah, it's one of those things. No, actually, Chad, shoe drop is not a term just for StockX. Like shoe drop's been used by every sneaker company for years.
Yeah.
Like when they're doing a new release. So yeah, with LaMelo coming up, man, Puma's fixing to make a big move on some sneakers. So they might be making a big comeback here.
Puma. Hey, if K-Swiss can make a comeback, I could see Puma making a comeback.
Yeah, I do some sneakers, but I've sold some over 100 for sure. Like the Converse that I've had from that sporting goods buy, like those were $200 shoes. So yeah, I don't mind. Well, you think about it too, because Amazon, like you got to get ungated and all like basically every shoe line, So people, if they're gonna flip shoes, man, there's some choices out there, but there's not many. Yeah, these guys are still talking about variations in the chat.
Yeah.
So guys, we'll let y'all deal with that. Because I don't know anything about that myself.
Never even.
Just a few pair of Uggs new in the box I got sitting there. Yeah, might be a good thing. List them before it gets warm. For sure. Don't think Uggs are sneakers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it ain't the whole category. I'm not sure on that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I rarely even sell shoes over 100. Usually, like 40 to 50 is a solid shoe sale for me.
Yeah. Do you do much shoes? Are you
I'm still selling off the stuff I bought when I first started, like because I bought a lot of shoes, so now I'm just trying to get rid of them. And now I only pick up shoes that don't need a lot of cleaning, and I know I can sell for over like 35 to $50. I don't. They have to be pretty good looking, and certain brands. Other than that, I really don't even look at them anymore. But I have a ton left from months and months ago when I bought a whole bunch of them. So.
Yeah, I feel like everybody kind of jumps in clothes a little bit when they get started. Then they're like, "What am I doing?"
What am I doing with all this? I have 2 closets full of clothing that it sells. I mean, slowly, but
it's crazy too, though, because don't you? I mean, I know the trap I fell in is like names I recognize. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll pick that up. I'll pick that up."
Mm-hmm.
Then you're like, realize like, "Hey, this really ain't that good. Just because it's got this name on it, it's really not that good." Like. It's like everything else until you learn. Harry Humstone says cowboy boots.
Boom.
Yeah,
Western wear.
Got like 20.
Actually, I find a lot of cowboy boots around here. The decent. Not like a ton, but I find more than I thought that are pretty good.
Tommy says sneakers is actually in the verbiage, so got them UGG sneakers. Probably won't work.
UGG sneakers.
I got my athletic Uggs. Red Wing boots. Yeah, I mean there is, and that's another thing I think a lot of people never even look at, which I used to not look at stuff like that at all. But I mean, there's so many different categories that are different fees, for sure. Because like a lot of people don't realize, like some media stuff is like it's higher than everything else. It's like 12% plus your old PayPal fee.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than normal. If you go in and look at what all the fees are, you'll definitely find some that are higher and some that are lower for sure. I think somebody was saying, like, I don't know if it's collectibles. One of those is pretty low right now. Some auto stuff is lower, but that's why I love consoles. Dirt cheap fees. There you go. Video game consoles. See, Tommy knows. Of course, after being around him for a while, I know that he looks at all the back end stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The analytics and the the fee schedules and all that kind of stuff. So, which is, I mean, it's good. Like everything. Yeah, I did know that about video game consoles are cheaper on eBay.
I did not.
Yeah, I think
I just sold an Xbox. Yeah, I only have like one left.
Sweet.
Trying to think where. I used to know where this thing was at. I don't even know how to get to it anymore, to be honest. I did a whole video about fees one time, and then I never released it, I don't think. Where I wrote everything out. I was like, yeah. This is what it is. Fees.
That's not bad. 6%.
Mm-mm.
Oh, you already found it. Yeah, I don't think the average person knows like what the deal is. That's when I hear guys talking about selling a lot of media, I'm like, man, your fees are higher like on that stuff. Yeah, see, books, DVDs, and movies, music except for records, 14.35%.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's like considerably higher. I don't sell a lot of that stuff either, but
Yeah,
good to know.
It's crazy.
athletic shoes is that's the category. Everything else I think is standard, but yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. If you don't know, like those categories for sure, because you think about too, like how cheap people sell DVDs and stuff for.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, man. Because if you're like, if you're all about those, if you're all about doing like just media, 14%, that extra 2%.
It will surely add up.
Yeah. I mean, I think about guys that do a lot of that stuff. I've sold quite a bit of media over the past little bit. Harry said I won beard of the month.
Yeah, it's flared out. I could see if I can flare mine out.
Yeah, what happens to me is when I sit,
Yeah.
kind of flares out.
I start trimming mine at the beginning of summer. I think that's where I'm going to start.
Yeah, I think music instruments are like 6%. Guitars and basses. Of course, like I guess that that's taken into account your managed payment fee as well is added into the 14.5. So that's pretty standard. Whereas before, like I guess music instruments being 3.5, then you had your extra 2.5 or whatever for PayPal.
Robbery.
3.5 for PayPal, right?
Wait,
I thought it was 3.5 and 30 cents a transaction or something like that. Yeah. Oh, Tommy's not on managed payments.
Oh.
Yeah. It's pretty different. I mean, like I've told guys before, I did the credit card process and I still have clients. And man, it's crazy the amount of money people pay on credit card fees. It's insane. 2.9. There you go. 2.9 plus 30 cent transaction. So you think about those fellas selling the $2.99 DVDs, like, congrats, you made a penny.
You did very good. Saw a lot of them.
Yeah. I'm like,
no way to make a living.
I don't know how those guys do it, man. Like I see that out there sometimes. Yeah, I know. I think they're the same. 2.9, 15. What's crazy is like guys that use Square when I used to do credit card processing, straight 3.5%. But when you use your debit card, like really, it's 0.05% is what a debit card costs you to use at a place of business. In actuality. So you think he's making all that extra money. Hey, Leroy, thanks for the super chat, bro. Good to have you on.
Agreed.
Leroy, did you make it to Atlanta? Are you safely in Atlanta? Or are you back? How did that work out? It's pretty late.
Media mail can be had for as little as 90 cents. Yeah. Not through eBay, but listen, BMW door speakers. and it gives me the option to use media mail.
Yeah. Media, I mean, some sort of media comes out of that speaker. Somebody told me one time I could, they were like, your shipping's too high on this telephone. This is media. Send it media mail. I'm like, I don't think that's how that works. It was when I was brand new. I actually looked it up. I was like, can you ship a telephone media mail? No. The person was lying to me.
Leroy's there. He got here at 8.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. We've had people not on my show, but I've had them in somebody's show that was telling people one day about selling all their video games media mail. I was like, good luck. I mean, all it's going to take is for them to open it up one time on you, and then you're messed up. But yeah. Jeremy and George in the house. Good to see you guys.
Hello.
Matt, what's up? Good to see you. You guys got any further questions? Hopefully we've settled the variations dispute.
It was a hot button topic, man.
Yeah,
Just don't do it, it sounds like. I mean,
yeah.
Matt, you got your hats already? Good deal, man. Good deal. Hot Atlanta. Yeah, Matt got a couple of hats out of my find the other day.
Nice.
So we're doing that. But
there's Julian's link one more time in the chat if you guys haven't subscribed to him yet. Definitely go check him out.
Yes, go check out some videos. Usually it's me just talking super fast about stuff that I barely know. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, I've been in a few of those lately. Not from you. That is funny too. Nice, Matt. Hey, Mo, good to see you, bro.
Hey, Mo.
Yeah, the flipping sports guy. Good to see you. Everybody coming in, trickling. They must have came over from somewhere else.
I'm still surprised Kat has not talked you into like antiques because she will sell anything and everything.
Yeah.
Has she talked you into any cockamamie categories?
Yeah, we had a good conversation about furniture, and she was like, you got to start flipping furniture. And I was like, I almost tried it, but I don't have any room. Like I would have. I literally don't have any room to spare. I'd have to put it in my house. I'd have to sell my furniture in my house and then buy furniture to flip and put it in my house. So it's good. It's a good flip. I mean, she's making tons of money. Like she sold one for $900, but I don't have the room. I don't. I'd have to go get a storage unit, which I already have, which has other stuff in it. And then she sells a lot of glass, but I'm not good with glass yet. So yeah, furniture does take up a lot of space. Like it's a ton of money. If you could do it, ton of money on some things, like everything. But I just don't have
I experimented. I bought some furniture. I ended up one of it I repurposed for my house. One of it is probably I've got 2 chairs that are expensive, and I've not had any takers on them. And then I've got a dresser, a chest of drawers that I have not been able to do anything with either. So selfies on the furniture. But Kat had got me. I actually bought a set of china one time I actually messaged her when I was in the thrift store. I bought a box for like $5. I've made good money on it, but I'm still selling it. I've had it close to a year.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Mayflower pattern, like, some kind of whatever. So, yeah, I actually sold 3 little saucers yesterday for like $20. So I was like, and I hadn't broke anything out of that, which is shocking because my first run-in with porcelain stuff, I was done.
Yeah, I was shipping a little teapot the other day. It was like a little clay thing. I bought it a long time ago. I've had it for a long time, and I was saran wrapping because I saran wrap like a lot of stuff because it keeps everything in there. Well, I was saran wrapping it, and I put too much pressure, I guess, on that handle. It like exploded. I was like,
Yeah.
Really? Come on now. This is why I don't deal with this class. So it was yeah, and the golf clubs are taking over the entire house. They move, they sell, but I have so many. Like
I know, yeah.
and they're hard to store. I mean, they're not easy because you can't in the summertime, like storing them in hot things. I don't know what's that's gonna do to the grips, you know, and if you have I don't know, 500 golf clubs and all their grips go bad, it's cost about, you know, a couple dollars per grip.
Yeah.
You know, I had them up. I found getting them up on those like U-shaped like hooks or bike hooks, and having them suspended off the ground was like nice, especially if they weren't like resting
right
in the golf bag, and you know, moisture collecting and stuff like that. And it's out of the light and stuff, so hoping it won't dry out or anything crazy like that.
That's what I was thinking. In the golf bag, I think that's going to give me more issues than out because it's like you just said, heat, moisture, humidity down here in the South. I think it's going to eat them up.
Yeah.
I'm on the top of a rack, but I don't have near what you're talking about. I recently bought 3 sets, but that's those old clubs.
Mm-hmm.
So the grips on some of them are already like
they're already gone. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, or there's like some of them have wrap, which is even like it, so that don't get gummy. It's just old, you know. But do you regrip? Do you regrip your clubs, or do you?
No, I was actually going to get into that. I bought not the other day, probably about a month or two ago. I bought 200 and some golf clubs at once, maybe 300. It was a ton of golf clubs. And when I was going through them, I was thinking how much it was going to cost me to regrip versus the amount of money made about the time, because I'm going to have to learn to do all this stuff. And I decided that it was going to be more time than it was going to be worth on these golf clubs. If they were expensive golf clubs, probably these weren't $100 golf clubs. They weren't $50, you know, they were $20 golf clubs. And I was going to throw grips on them, and the time that was going to take. The only thing I'll do is I will, if the shafts are destroyed, I will take the shafts off and sell the heads. I do that a lot.
Okay.
If
That's
like,
fun. Yeah.
If the a lot of times, like on the older golf clubs, these steel shafts will be rusted on the inside because moisture's got down through the whatever. So there's rust on there, and sometimes that compromise. So either you can just take them off or you can cut the head off of it. So, but taking them off is simple, and the heads sell very quickly on eBay.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're a whole lot easier to ship too.
A whole lot easier to ship, man. I got a whole bunch sitting up there in a little box this big.
Yeah, that's great, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim, good to see you, bro.
Hey,
like I haven't redone them. I was talking to Dan and Casey before about it, and they're like, man, they said like serious golfers are going to regrip themselves because they want one that's going to fit their hand. Like here's a golf question for you though. So how do you handle golf shafts that don't say what they are? Like
flex?
Yeah, flex, stiff. Like, is there a way to figure that out, or you just kind of, hey, I don't know?
A lot of times I don't know, but I can usually put a certain pressure. Like I have all the flexes here. Like I have women flex all the way up to extra firm or whatever it is. So I can usually put enough pressure on the golf club to see how much it can flex, and then I'll compare it to the other ones, and then I will tell in the description, this is the best estimated guess that I have. And it's worked out. I've sold a whole bunch that way, and they usually actually, everyone that sold, they've messaged me like, what do you think it is? Or, you know, you say you think it's a regular, and I'm like, yeah, this is how I did it. And they'll be like, good enough for me. So I haven't had a return saying that it was the wrong flex, because there's a pretty big difference. I just actually picked up a golf club that says the extra, you know, this extra stiff flex, and that thing is like, I mean, you're not really bending it compared. Yeah, like you're not, like that thing is ridiculously like hard to bend. The other ones are super. I mean, like a female flex, you can basically just bend it with your hands.
Yeah, for me, that's the number one question I get with clubs. Like if I've got one that don't have it on the tag or whatever, I'm always like, man, like I don't know. People message like, what do you think it is? I was like, I don't know, bro. Like, I mean, I can flex about any club, to be honest. I'm a pretty big dude.
Yeah. Take a video like it bends about this much.
Yeah, well, I just snapped this one in half, so I guess that's a no flex. But
the one question I got the other day was about the bounce on a wedge, and I was like, I have no idea what this is. I actually asked Casey. I Googled it, and I was like, I don't know what this guy's talking about. And then some golfers are super particular about weight.
Yeah.
The weight of the swing. I'm like, and when I get those questions, I'm very honest. I have no idea. I will weigh the club for you because they're talking about like swing weight difference too, and I was like, I have no idea.
Yeah,
like heel toe kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know what that is.
It's like, bro, I'm not a golf club maker. I'm just
selling this one. I can tell you what this one is. I don't know the difference.
Oh gosh, you really got to solve like arithmetic for them.
Dude,
Yeah.
I have that stuff. Well, I mean, I get it in a lot of lines of stuff. Like, I told you I have all these parts. So, like, I'll get questions all the time. Will this fit on a whatever? I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like, here's the part number. Like, I don't know what to tell you, really. Like, I can Google just as good as you can.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know.
Since we were here, I had a question that somebody said, do you know the year of that club? Now, a lot of people do know, like Casey can tell you the year of clubs. He can look at me like they're from 2004. I'm like, I don't know. Google it. Like they ask, do you know the year of the Callaways? And because they're looking for the style. It's all about the style of the head of the club.
Right.
That all varies per year. I ain't got a clue. Like I watch Casey's stuff to figure out the year.
You got to get that dude on Instagram, man.
Yeah.
No.
If I've got glass question, I'm like, hey, Tim, what about this? If I've got a hat question, I'm like, Cernock, what about this? Like, I mean, there's different, like, yeah.
Yeah, but some people are very, and other people, it's so funny with golf clubs. They're like, I had one that was all messed up. He's like, I don't care. Just send it to me. One guy told me to cut the head off the club, and he didn't want to pay shipping he wanted to just pay. He's like, I'll pay you he's like, literally go outside and cut the head off the club. And I was like, you better pay for this. So I made him pay first. And he was like, just, do first class shipping and cut the head off of it. And I was like, all right. Gave me excellent reviews.
Sweet.
Said I was the best buyer ever. I mean, best seller ever.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Sometimes there is some weird stuff. Like, I mean, but it's weird because you think about like you're selling online, right? Could you imagine calling Amazon and being like, hey, can you take this out of the box? Like, it wasn't. It's like, no. Like, I mean, would you walk into the hardware store or the golf shop and be like, hey, bro, I don't like that shaft. Let's go ahead and cut the head off that thing. I'm going to pay. Like, I mean, it's not.
They look at you like you're crazy.
I had somebody ask me the other day, like, I have a vintage checker game that's, it's UNC, like Tar Heel checker game. It's got little football helmets. And so the guy's like, hey, can you open this? It's sealed now. Can you open this up and tell me the style of the helmet? No. It's made in 1994, man. Look it up. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Not going to open that.
Yeah.
Please?
What's going on? Like,
what the heck?
Pretty please?
So I'm selling it as new. Yeah, that'd be the guy that would send a return say, he said this was new. I got it. It was already open.
I got it open.
Funny business. Some funny business happening around here.
It's funny. It's funny. Yeah, it's pretty good.
It all makes it fun with the comments on eBay. When I get a message in the beginning, in the first 6 months, I always got a message and it was always bad. Like, it was terrible. I'd be like, you got to be kidding me. Now, I think it's hilarious. The stuff I get, I'm like, because I have like so much stuff coming in. It's like, what is this person talking about?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. People got weird stuff all the time.
That's hard not to build thick skin really fast when you're selling at that volume, too.
Yeah, I think it's funny. But first 6 months, I would get a message and just like I'd stare at my phone like, oh, what type of nonsense is this today?
Yeah, get stressed out about it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's not too bad. I actually enjoy the insanity sometimes. Like, yeah, what is this guy talking about? What is he mad about?
Well, it's crazy too. I mean, I'm sure you're like everybody else. Like, you get those in the middle of the night messages, and like, hey, can you go measure this? No. Like, I'll see you tomorrow, bro.
Peace.
Yeah.
Joe says there's a reply function on reviews. You can reply back.
You know the
Mhm.
on reviews. Yeah.
You're talking about like your eBay.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: do not set up automatic review, because if you set up automatic review and you've already given one a review, it won't let you go back and fix it. Mine don't, because I've had a few that I wanted to give a little bit extra feedback coming back their way.
I want to add a little bit of good or bad, you know. What up,
I
Cat?
used to have it automatic. Now I don't.
Yeah.
For that very reason. Cat dropping in to check on you, man.
Yeah. Say, what is he up to?
But
yeah, not too bad.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. So, Julian, if anybody's got any last minute questions, then we'll get to that. But otherwise, like what's going on for you? What's next? Like, you got stuff going up. Obviously, you'll be on with Cat Tuesday.
Yep. YouTube wise, I'm still gonna probably be doing a video a day until I literally can't handle it anymore. And then always Tuesdays with the Nurse Flipper. And then that's really about it. Somebody like Leroy was asking if I'm gonna do my own lives. I would like to, but during the day I do this eBay thing, because this is how I pay my bills. So I'm always working during the day. So if I did it, it would probably be during the day, but it wouldn't be very short. So YouTube, I'm just keep grinding one out every day, every day, and then Cat's lives on Tuesdays. And then I think I'll be on with Buffalo Picker soon.
Nice.
Maybe next month sometime. I think me and him were chatting about that. And then eBay wise, I'm just going to continue to just like buy and list every day of my life. That's what I do every day. It's not bad. Like, I make it sound terrible, but it's way better than what I used to do. So I'll take it all day long.
For sure. So Tim said before everybody's out, he wants Super Bowl picks from all of us on the way out.
You guys go.
Tampa or Kansas City? I can't pull for Tom Brady. I'll just be straight up. Because I'm a Dolphins fan, man. He beat our tail so many times. I can't pull for him, but
I'm gonna wear my Patriots Tom Brady jersey.
I think
Represent.
Yeah, I can't. I think he'll. I think honestly, Tampa will pull it out, because
I think so too.
Honestly, because it's like Cinderella, right? Like
NFL, yeah, I guess
NFL. It's like
I think it's like, sorry, anybody who doesn't care about sports. I think it's like Peyton Manning having his like sunset finish.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna give it to Tom. And Patrick Mahomes has been super lazy the last 4 games, man. He just seems bored. He doesn't even want to win.
Yeah. I don't know. Marie said the Seahawks. Oh, man. It's funny. Yeah, I'm not I mean, honestly, it's one of those things, everybody I really have any kind of. It's funny because my wife is a Raiders fan, so like Kansas City, like she can't pull Kansas City, like that's rivalry. Like she can't do that. So one of them things. Kent says, "Go Sox." Tommy, Huskies by 12. I got you. It's one of them things. But we'll see.
We will see.
Yeah, it's not like I don't know. I was disappointed over a few years of the Super Bowl. Just like I almost like said the conspiracy theory stuff for a while, that it was rigged. But that's just me.
Could be. Who knows?
One of those things. Foosball is the devil. Oh yeah,
That's a good movie. Might watch that tonight.
Yeah, that is a good movie.
Yeah. Old Bobby Boucher. Oh man. Well, guys, Sam, you got anything?
No, man. I gotta go process 2,000 mushroom bags in a second, but
There you
stay
go.
busy.
There you go, man. Reselling on a whole different level.
Dude, yeah. I mean, I will say that, like, reselling, even though I'm not technically going to a used goods store and sourcing, haven't been in my niche. Like, I've been wiser about figuring out like who I can get things cheaper from, and then like part it out, you know. So like I got these bags for like $1 a piece, and I flip them for like $5 a piece, and like min order is 10. So it's like pretty. So I mean, I can 5x, 10x my money back on just these mushroom bags. I'm pretty stoked on it.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah. So,
yeah,
anyways,
going out sourcing, man. He just grows it, dude.
well, then, dude, and then I put some rye in it, and I sterilize it for like 2.5 hours. Now I've 15x that bag. That bag has gone from that bag, if it has no filter in it, meaning like there's like a place where you can stick a needle in,
right?
It doesn't have. It's $15 a bag now. So from $1 to 15. Well, let's say it's $1.25 because of the grains. And then if it does have a patch, a $1.25 bag is now like $25, and they pay shipping and tax.
And what are we talking about here? Mushroom bags?
Yeah. You want to see it?
Yeah.
Time? I'll show you. Hold on.
Yeah, I got that.
Hey, we're getting the inside look here of the mushroom.
Yeah, I was like, what are we talking about?
Yeah. Sam, like, that's why he hasn't been doing much reselling content. Dude makes so much money doing mushrooms, man. Like, he actually they have a farm there in their apartment. It started out in the closet. Now it's like
all right.
I'm gonna put you big screen so we can get.
Let me turn on the light a little bit here. See if you guys
see much better.
All right, so this is a grain bag. It's full of rye grain. It's sterilized, so it's clean. I just have to seal it with an impulse sealer. Comes like that, little patch. That's a 0.2 micron filter, which you need to make sure you don't like get contaminations out of it. This little bad boy right here allows me to ask another $10 for one of these bags versus without. And it was an extra 25 cents to ask them to slap it on. So yeah. So I'm like not too sad about that. So it's like been nice finding little nuggets like that. And
yeah.
That is really like, yeah, I mean, dude, even just like the little shipping stuff, man, like the pirate ship, the cubic shipping. I almost like let the cat out of the bag because I was like posting, I'm like, oh, I can ship. So, these are 3-pound bags, and I want to encourage people to buy. I can fit about, I don't know, I think 5 of these in like a 12. No, I can fit like 6 of them in like a 12 by 12, right? So like I encourage people to buy a little bit more because I can handle the weight with cubic shipping. And they're like, and so I've made a post about it, how like, I can ship like really heavy stuff for pretty much cheap. Right. Like, how are you doing that? Because, even if you were just using flat rate, or a large flat rate box is already $20. I shipped a $50 box the other day for $8. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's been those little things that have been really like, really, really handy. So
mind blown. That's amazing.
Yeah, man. So it's just another form of reselling. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to I'm working with a friend now to try and figure out how to sell like fresh mushrooms over the internet, and like they ship in stuff, but to make sure that it arrives like fresh and stuff like that to people.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I love it. That is awesome.
Yeah, man.
Well, guys, do thank you guys for being here.
Yes,
we thank Julian for coming on as our guest tonight.
Julian, man.
Thanks for asking me. It was a great time.
Yeah. Sam, as always, man, appreciate you, bro. Like always.
Till next week, brother.
Yeah. So, and everybody else, like for me, just another normal week. I'll be on Tuesday listing all day. So if you want to come by, get some listing done, feel free to do so. All you guys in the chat, thank you guys for being here. I think there's a couple other lives coming on. I think Jimmy's probably already live on his Score channel, the old school flipper. And I thought I saw somewhere that Harry was going live after this. So, guys, if you want to go hang out somewhere else, appreciate you guys for being here. Thanks for the information. And thank all you guys for your support. As always, we will talk to you next week.
See ya.
See ya.